They look like favorites.
This is my lock of the week.
Dodgers.
No. But opening day.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk ACC today. Football's getting going and college starts in a few weeks. So we talked about the Big 12. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you get subscribed and go check that one out. And right now we're going to be doing ACC. So Roger's going to start it off for us today. Roger, who do you think is going to be looking good in that one
this year? Thanks, Devin, Bob, Brandon. Good to see everyone again. Welcome back to the Vegas Sports Panel. ACC, man, it's just so exciting that college football's back. It's on the horizon. 3 weeks from today is when the official games start up. So it's lots to be excited about. So anyway, but on to the ACC. Well, of course, it's the simple pick that rules the ACC and has ruled for quite some time now is, of course, the University of Clemson. Dabo Sweeney, he's reloading again. I mean, even though Trevor Lawrence, the number one pick of the draft, has moved on to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Clemson, obviously is just reloading. So they're my pick to win the championship. After that, I've got North Carolina. I think Mac Brown, ex-Texas coach again, is in his second go-around with the Tar Heels. He's got them back at the top of the heap, too. So I think North Carolina is going to make a run for the money. And then my other couple teams, just keep in mind for the ACC, you've got the U, we've got the Hurricanes, and NC State, the Wolfpack. Zach Galifianakis' alma mater, and just a very exciting team.
What position did Zach Galifianakis play?
Jesus, you had to
That's
shout
awesome,
your boyfriend out, bro. Christ.
Awesome.
The funny part is I'm laughing at my own joke.
It's all right. All right.
What position did he play?
All right.
Left out, probably.
I
I
was
don't
going
know.
to say like Kathy Ireland or something like that. Like somebody.
She went to NIU.
He was really good.
Did she?
No, that was
Cindy
Cindy
Crawford
Crawford.
went to Northwestern, I thought. Oh, Northern Illinois? Yeah, that's right. Anyway,
Okay. So ACC, what else do you have?
yeah. And, so my four teams are going to go Clemson, North Carolina, Miami, North Carolina State. Take it to the bank.
Which of those do you think are actually going to be in the top 20 per se? Do you think one or two of the teams, and that's it? Or do you think three of them might make the top 25
certainly
or something?
I wouldn't be surprised if at some point during the season, during the
Right.
14, 15-week season, I think
Right.
all four of them will make an appearance
Okay.
in one of the
That's actually
top 25,
that's
either
pretty
the
good.
Associated Press
Right.
or USA Today /coaches poll.
Well, three of them are in the preseason already.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
So, okay. All right. Bob, ACC. You got anything?
They
much
can't
different,
argue
or-
with success.
I don't have anything different. Obviously, Clemson. I don't see him getting tripped up at all, except for maybe UNC. But after the Mitchell Trubisky experience from North Carolina, I'm not going to be rooting for UNC to do very well. So, it's a Clemson, and I don't have much else to add. I like Miami, but the turnover chain's gotten a little old. Maybe something new.
They
What-
they get a new one every year. It's the fact.
I
that-
know they invented it. It was great that first year when
No, it's great when you have a tradition. It's not great when everybody.
it's
bites
not a
it.
tradition if it's 4 years. That's like that's
It's tough to call it a tradition,
I think
a
it's
fad.
fad. Yeah.
It's not a fad. Like that's like saying like when Hershey's developed a Hershey bar, like this is really good, but we can only keep it around for a couple of years because
Well-
we've put peanuts in there and then we put almonds in there, and it's like
Well, they
no
still
longer
have the
cool.
original chocolate bar also, but
So what's wrong with them? Somebody should be able to go back to the original chain. If we invented it, is what I'm getting at. We invented it. It's
Yeah.
like our thing.
yeah, I don't know if that makes
We
it
don't
like
have
a
a whole lot of
legacy.
tradition at Miami.
I know you don't have a whole lot of tradition.
That's the thing. Like Miami doesn't have a horse that runs out where we spear the ground like
No,
Florida
the
State.
tradition is the smoke.
At
The smoke when the players run
player
out.
announcements, all
That's
the
a tradition.
running out of the tunnel
That's
through
not
the smoke.
tradition.
That is a tradition.
It's a tradition. I don't know.
It's happened longer than the turnover chain.
Yes, much longer than the turnover. Yeah,
And,
decades
You're
longer
handing
than the
out
turnover. chain.
turnover chain when you're down 3 touchdowns because somebody recovered a fumble on a
And
kickoff.
we didn't invent
Like,
the smoke out of the tunnel.
I'm not saying you invented it. I'm
But
saying
you're
that's
kinda
a
famous for it,
tradition.
yeah.
You're famous for that. That's a tradition.
Not every school does that,
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like not every school ever did the turnover chain.
Yeah,
don't know
no,
if
they started it. That's good for them. But
But
now
it's
we're in year
annoying,
4,
and
and now
it's-
like
yeah.
everybody like we're bringing out the suitcase.
Right.
Oh, good job. You
And now
recovered
it's
a
gone on to
fumble.
other
We're down
sports.
3 touchdowns. You got the
Right now,
turnover
when somebody
suitcase
hits a
and-
home run for the Phillies, they got that stupid hat that they walk around
Yep,
in.
See, Roger agrees with
Or
me. On to
the
Brandon.
Padres have that. They have a chain now for a home run. It's
Yeah,
just
Clemson,
ridiculous.
UNC.
Yeah.
No, like good for you guys for inventing that. So like once everybody else jumped on the train,
Haters.
the Miami thing to do,
Haters.
the Miami thing to
Haters.
do, because I like
You know you're-
Miami. The Miami thing to do, I mean, like once everybody else jumped on board, like no, we're coming up with some new stuff.
Something
'Cause
different.
This is old and
We
played
did.
out.
We came up with an offensive one. That's what we did.
All
Well,
right.
it's
So who
too
you
bad
got?
They
in
don't ever
AC?
score any
Oh
touchdowns.
yeah, okay. ACC. Oh, wait, so you're Clemson,
I'm
and
with
you don't really care about anybody else.
I'm Clemson, UNC.
So you
Yeah.
think losing Lawrence, though, they're going to just
So
they got
yeah.
somebody coming right in? You think it's going to carry him that far?
Yeah, I think they've
who's
got like the best.
who's
It's a weak
replacement
conference.
for Trevor Lawrence.
I don't know.
it's
I do
a
not know the
name
person's
that's
name.
unpronounceable.
His name is DJ Ugalele.
I didn't know.
Okay.
DJ Ugalele.
Is that who you're riding?
I mean,
you're
if
riding
you watched
Clemson.
him last. No, I'm not riding Clemson.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna go out and say that because I'll be honest, watching him last year, I wasn't really as impressed with Clemson as a whole. And if you've watched Clemson over the last couple of years, every year they have a game against somebody where they probably should have lost. And the reality is with Clemson,
But they had
which
a
would
top 2
surprise-
quarterback that saved them.
yeah, which would surprise a lot of people, is they're actually recruiting isn't like anywhere near like on the level of Ohio State or Alabama. They're in there, but they're like a little tier below.
Right.
So technically, in a sense, they're more like specific, like a Trevor Lawrence, like the number 1 overall pick, like elite talent they do get,
Right.
but they don't have it like loaded. So I feel like this year will be the year where they actually do finally slip. Not far. I don't think North Carolina gets them. I think North Carolina lost 2 really good running backs and don't have anybody to replace them. And
Okay.
not really. I'm actually going to go with Miami, with King coming back, basically 20 out of 20 something starters returning, and Manny Diaz taking back over the defense. If Miami stays healthy and plays to the caliber that they're capable of, they probably win out.
Okay.
We've been saying that year after year after year for a while.
You also know what? If you're returning 20 out of 22 starters, that means nobody on your team got drafted, and they weren't.
Actually, the 2 of them in the top 15 picks or something like that.
The other two. I don't know.
They did. Jalen Phillips and Russo were first-round draft picks.
Okay.
And then I believe Brevin. We had 5 people get drafted,
not in the first round.
not in the first round.
But they should be pretty
They had
strong. That's a good thing about football is not everybody gets out in their freshman year. You got to play. Is it an age or is it a grade? Do you have to play through your junior
your
junior
age.
year, or is it over 20?
It's your age, yeah. You can
Or something
red
like
shirt
that?
if you're like a red shirt or a certain age. You can then that's why certain guys leave. Like Justin Fields was only a sophomore.
Okay, but he was old enough.
He was old enough.
Okay,
He had a red
okay.
shirt year. And
At
then-
Georgia, where he couldn't win the job.
All right.
and then so that's why he was a sophomore and was able to leave.
Okay. All right, guys. ACC. Does anybody want to throw anything else in, or is that going to do it? Okay.
Yep.
All right, guys. Make sure you're getting subscribed because we got a lot of videos coming at you. So make sure we'll see you in the next one.